We can all probably think of one couple we know that's been together way too long, but then there are celebrity couples that stay divorced way too long, which isn't really that much better. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. It was the wedding a lot of us couldn't wait for, and it was also one of the divorces that hurt the most. Fans of Keeping Up with the Kardashians got to see glimpses of their relationship from the time they started dating to the ending of their marriage.
SNL making my wife say I divorced him on TV because they just wanted to get that bar off, and I ain't never even seen the papers.
While Kim and Kanye loved each other, it wasn't enough to compensate for the issues they were dealing with. Ultimately, it seemed like the two just wanted different things. While Kanye wanted a quiet life in Wyoming, Kim couldn't picture a life away from her close-knit family. And that may not even be the tip of the iceberg when it comes to their differences. For the sake of their children, they tried to make it work and are still co-parenting to this day. Kim officially filed for divorce in February of 2021 and opted for joint legal and physical custody of their 4 children. While Kim and Kanye still support each other's endeavors, they don't appear to be getting back together. But we also see their divorce moving forward, so only time will tell. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Though it seemed like Brad and Angelina had been married for much longer than they were, the couple originally tied the knot in 2014. It feels like they were married way before then though, right? Either way, after over a decade of being together and later parenting 6 children, they separated in September of 2016. How long has their divorce battle lasted? Well, it's 2021 and we're still here. We don't have the time in this video to go over all the issues that have been going on in their ongoing custody battle, but just know it's not pretty. Like, at all. Technically, the two were still legally single in 2019, but to this day, their divorce hasn't been finalized. Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom. As it turns out, Keeping Up with the Kardashians showcased multiple heartbreaks amongst everyone on the show, and Khloe and Lamar's relationship was among one of the more painful breakups. They were so happy together and ecstatic to be getting married back in September of 2009, just 1 month after they started dating each other. Unfortunately, the happy couple couldn't stay happy for too long. Lamar struggled with substance issues and infidelity, and in 2013, Khloe filed for divorce. The two never had children, but the divorce was still messy.
Miss him all the time, but not in a place where I want to get back with him.
Their divorce still wasn't official even 2 years later when Lamar was hospitalized.
It is part of my job to protect him and to keep him as safe as possible.
She called off the divorce to focus on helping him heal, but they still weren't happy. After Lamar made a full recovery in 2016, Khloe filed for divorce again, and it was officially finalized. As heartbreaking as it all was, they were both finally able to move on. Princess Diana and Prince Charles. When we see royal weddings, they look like literal fairy tales. We saw Meghan Markle experience that back in 2018 when she married Prince Harry. And some people even saw the same thing happen back in 1981 when Princess Diana married Prince Charles. But as we now know, there were deep issues with their marriage even before they tied the knot. One of the biggest issues was Camilla Parker Bowles, aka the woman Prince Charles was pursuing while he was with Diana. Yeah, it was a whole mess.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Not to mention that Diana suffered from her own mental health issues that weren't getting the right type of attention while she was married to him. She and Charles split in 1992, but didn't officially get divorced until 1996. While she surely would have been able to make a great life for herself, tragedy struck in 1997 when she and her companion unfortunately didn't survive a fatal car accident in Paris. However, there may be more we can see about this as Kristen Stewart portrays her in the historical drama film Spencer. Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony. Their marriage seemed like it was meant to be. It was almost like your typical romantic comedy, where 2 people feel like they're supposed to be together but date other people and ultimately end up together again. Except this marriage didn't have the traditional happy ending. The two briefly dated in 1998 but were officially married in 2004. After having 2 beautiful twins and working together on numerous projects, the two decided it wasn't meant to be and officially announced that they would be separating in 2011.
And then, of course, it's sad. It was devastating and awful. both Marc and I both thought at the time we'll be together for the next 40 years.
However, their divorce wasn't finalized until 2014. On the bright side, the two still appear to be great friends to this day, and even continued to work together after separating. Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon. Nick and Mariah were the couple that not many people were expecting to get married the way that they did. While there were definitely signs that there was something going on between them, it still took many people by surprise when they started dating and then got married all in the span of 6 short weeks. While the two were happy together, they've both been open about the difficulties of being working parents in the entertainment industry and the egos associated with that. They separated in 2014, and Nick filed for divorce soon after their separation, but their divorce wasn't finalized until 2016. Mariah gave birth to twins, Moroccan and Monroe, while they were married, but the two are still co-parenting today. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. I'll be honest, these two seemed amazing together. They had an amazing spark when they met in 2000 when they were filming Pearl Harbor, and in 2002 while filming Daredevil. After some intentional/unintentional flirting and ultimately ending things with their previous partners, including Jennifer Lopez, who Ben had been engaged to, they started dating in 2004. A year later, they were engaged, married, and had their first daughter, Violet. The couple had 3 kids together, and they seemed happy while they were married. Unfortunately, they filed for divorce in 2015 after a decade of marriage, but there didn't appear to be any hostility in their decision to separate. In 2017, anonymous sources claimed that the divorce had been called off, but in 2018, 3 years after filing, their divorce was officially finalized. Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale. Gwen and Gavin had been married for well over a decade when the couple filed for divorce. The two were married back in 2002 and had 3 kids together, Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo. The two officially decided to end their marriage in 2015, and after years of waiting, her annulment was finally granted from the Catholic Church in 2021. And while most divorce stories don't tend to end well, the same can't be said for Gwen. In July of 2021, she was finally able to marry her fiancé and co-star Blake Shelton, whom she'd been engaged to since October of 2020. While the pandemic threw a huge wrench in their plans, we're happy the two were finally able to end up together. Gwyneth Paltrow and Kris Martin. Gwyneth married Coldplay singer Kris Martin back in 2003, and it seemed that they'd happily spend the rest of their life together. But as we know by now, fairy tales don't always have the happy ending we hope for. But this one kind of did in a way. After a long 12 years of marriage and having 2 children together, the two filed for divorce in 2015, which was finalized a year later. But Gwyneth learned a lot from that experience. In a podcast episode with Anna Faris, Gwyneth stated, "I've learned so much from something I wanted least in the world. I never wanted to get divorced. I never wanted to not be married to the father of my kids, theoretically." She later even mentioned that her experience helped her find her current husband, Brad Falchuk, who she worked with on the popular musical drama series Glee. Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries. If you watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, then you'll also remember this very public and televised wedding. And for such a short marriage, one that lasted a total of 72 days, the divorce took ages to finalize. The two were married in August of 2011, and Kim filed for divorce in October of the same year. But as those of us who watched the show know, Kris was not letting go of Kim that easily. It was a long, drawn-out divorce battle that resulted in Kris being absent for multiple court appearances. And this heavily took a toll on Kim, who'd been desperately wanting to start her new life with Kanye. It wasn't until June of 2013 that their divorce was finalized and Kim could move on with her life. Unfortunately, we now know how that ends as well. But for 2013 Kim, this was a miracle. Even if it took a couple of years, or more in some cases, we're happy to see that most of these not-so-happy couples were able to move on in their lives. Were there any celebrity divorces from this list that lasted longer than you thought they did? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to The Thing Celebrity for more videos on your favorite stars.